On February 26, you might have opened Instagram, specifically Instagram Reels, to try and find cute puppy dog videos, maybe the Rizzler and the boys having some fun, but what you saw was completely different. Instead of cat videos and Family Guy clips with Subway Surfers underneath them, there were videos of like elephants stomping out random guys. I mean, I'm not gonna go into detail. Let's just say this was like going into the peak of Live Leak. Meta and Mark Zuckerberg have really been trying to work with their algorithm, especially because TikTok might actually be getting banned. That's still an ongoing thing. So, maybe Meta is really trying to work with its algorithm and they might have just messed up. And it's a big mess up because they have really been pushing short form content. They really want to do short form content and it makes sense. Also, Mark Zuckerberg does talk a lot about wanting to wind down the sort of moderation policies they've had recently. Maybe I was late to the party, but I remember hearing about all this and then I went straight to Instagram like anyone should. And I didn't see anything too crazy. Okay, I did see like 10 or 11 videos in a row of people just like throwing hands. But compared to what I heard in the comments and on other platforms like TikTok, I was living on easy street. I mean, of course, I didn't see a guy getting crushed by an elephant. A lot of people saw that. People saw brutal stuff. I think I even saw a comment about someone seeing a C-section, which I don't know. It was a rough day for Instagram. Here's a list of some of the great stuff that people saw on their day of scrolling. But yeah, this was the response Meta gave us after this occurred. We have fixed an error that caused some users to see content in their Instagram Reels feed that should have not been recommended. We apologize for the mistake. Wow, very detailed. Seems like you really don't care about the millions of children that were traumatized by all those weird videos they saw. There are definitely some kids seeing the world differently now, but that's all you gotta say. But like I mentioned earlier, Mark Zuckerberg is trying to go in a different direction where he wants more stuff to be kept up on his platform. He was on the Joe Rogan podcast and he mentioned how they relied on AI way too much when taking down content, and they're definitely going to put an end to that, or at least limit that. So it could be the type of thing where they were experimenting with the algorithm and it took a big turn. But unfortunately, nobody really knows. I don't have the answers. But something that I found kind of interesting was that something very similar happened over on TikTok not too long ago. The December 22nd, 2022 incident. Pretty similar situation. Very graphic content was pushed out in the algorithm and not taken down. I don't think it was as big of a problem as this recent Instagram mistake was because they kind of handled it quickly. But it is weird. It does show that these major, huge platforms aren't 100%. They can make a lot of mistakes unless you're YouTube. Man, I really hope that ages well. The only mistake they're going to do is probably demonetize this video, which, I wouldn't even be surprised. At the end of the day, let's just hope Instagram doesn't have another mess up like this, because that elephant video, man, it's traumatizing. I haven't slept since. Just kidding. I haven't even watched it, and I don't plan on watching. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Love you. Adios.